Peace and blessings to the chosen. All praise to the Most High, the creator of the heavens, the earth, the seas, and everything that's in them. The Father of lights, the Ancient of days, the same God that will send a tsunami, send a flood, make that landslide happen. Drop a 7 in the comments if I'm coming through clear on the audio. The same God that put that lava inside that volcano, who made the glacier, who made the squid, the one who got the power of wind. You get hot, you feel good, it blow on you. But he can make it go so fast, it'll knock your house down. The one that the world mocks so much right now. The one that the world hates. I ain't talking about Allah. I ain't talking about Buddha. I ain't talking about Sun Young Moon. I ain't talking about Baal. I ain't talking about the universe. I ain't talking about none. Now I'm talking about the one who created everything. The one and true living power, the living God, the one you don't need no statue for. The image that they got posted with the arms open in Rio de Janeiro, they're supposed to be Christ. They really Caesar Borgia. I ain't talking about them. I ain't talking about no idol that ain't got no breath in them, no life in them. The records that they got don't talk about no prophecies that's being fulfilled like this book right here. This book right here got some lemonade problem. Let me get a second witness. Drop a 7 in the comments if I'm coming through clear on the audio before we start. Before we get started, the book that your pastor afraid to read from, Revelation. Scared to talk about that. Want you to talk about everything else but what's true. Want you to talk about everything else but the real penalty. See, people not being taught about the wrath of the Most High. So many people play games with the Most High, don't believe in the Most High, don't believe in the scriptures. They mock the Most High. They mock the people who believe in the Most High. They think we toys. They think he a toy, all because the people thinking, the ones who teaching, thinking that you got to always come with this feel-good message. Always come with a message to make a person feel good, to coddle them, coddle these people, swaddle these people, treat them like that. Man, these are grown men and women. And the children will one day be grown men and women if the Most High allow. So we're talking about people going to Sunday church, people going to Tuesday night service like I was doing. And the pastor never went into the book of Revelation. He never ever. I'm going to the temple of deliverance, man. Mine didn't, as many times as I was there, he never went into the book of Revelation. Never talked about the prophecies. You got, and that's not every church. That ain't every pastor. You know what I mean? You got some what they call fire and brimstone pastors. Ones who gonna tell you the truth. Like, listen, man, you live in an ungodly lifestyle, you die like that, you're going to hell. We're talking about funerals. You got people who they have funerals, right? And you and me both know my cuz was a straight up cold-blooded killer. Cuz was a pimp. Cuz was snorting cocaine himself. Cuz was used to put Mickeys in females' drink. Cuz was putting drugs in the females to get them to prostitute form. And then we get to the funeral. And then the pastor saying, well, yeah, Jermaine, Joe, Mike, Tonio, Mario, he accepted Christ at the age of 12. He gone on to heaven. Man, listen, no, bro, hell is a real place. It's not a condition. Just like I had to tell a person before. We get We get tricked into talking about hell is a condition. So here go the thing. I know people in prison, man. And if I was to tell, like one of my brothers who did tell me, he wasn't talking about me, but he saw how other people was interacting who are a part of society in the free world. He like, man, the brother was at work, vest on and everything, complaining, talking about he in jail. He feel like, no, bro is in prison. Offended that man because you out here, you still able to go to sleep, get up when you want to. You can take a shower, clean your body up, defecate, urinate in privacy. Bro, in the prison cell, he ain't getting that. You know what I mean? So I'm saying all that to say, hell is way worse than what people make it saying, man, I feel like I'm in hell right now because things ain't going right for you. All right, well, why things ain't going right for you, though? A lot of times, you know, people get into trouble. We get into these trouble, these issues and faults. And, you know, we've been and put ourselves in these predicaments. If we really think back and take inventory of the choices we have made. I got things that I repented for that I still suffer the consequences from them till today. I repented for those things. So now I don't indulge in that no more. But I'm still suffering the consequences because those choices that I made. You don't escape that all the time. All right, so what I wanted to do though, Saints family, everybody who tuning in and who will tune in. If this is your first time tuning into this channel, man, all praise to the Most High. Salute to you. If you come in peace, may your peace be returned to you. But if you come with cursing, may a curse be put up on you. All who bless me, may they be blessed, and all who curse me, may they be cursed. And if we brothers and sisters, may that same blessing apply to you and your household. Smash the like button. If you haven't, what it'll trigger the algorithm for other people who might need to see this, who might need to hear whatever come out tonight. It's a lot of people that go throughout the day, they've been working. Or, you know, they slept all day and now they up. And this the hour that the Most High decided he gonna catch me. He like, yeah, I'm gonna get them tonight. And they can be helped by y'all smashing that like button, share, subscribe if you haven't. And may the Most High's word go forth to be fire and the people be stubble, like the book says. So we picking back up Revelation 16, family. Or if you just now tune into this part of the series, what we've been doing, we started with Revelation 1 because reading is important. Reading the scripture and actually seeing what the book say is so important, especially in these days and times where you got so many people changing up and switching what the word saying and talking about the Bible, things from the scripture, but they firing from a point of emotion instead of a point of facts. Just had a situation what that was yesterday. You know, a brother I used to work with, he made a post about, the dietary law written in Leviticus 11. And you had somebody else to comment on it. And the things that the guy was saying was just, I understand the book Hosea 4 and 6 said, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, which you don't know. So we out here losing because we uneducated. And we uneducated in the things that's vital, not only to our salvation, but for the perfection of our nation as a whole. All right, so we don't want to learn about what's righteous and what's real. Like I started out talking about. A lot of people want to hear lies. They want to be told that the Most High or God, as many people call him, they want to be told that God going to accept me to be as wicked as I want to with no consequences. Well, I'm here to tell you, bro. Hey, sis, I'm here to tell you that's a lie. You die like that, you going to burn forever. All right, so today is a day to repent. Today is a day to change. And don't tell me that you can't switch and move and transition and compromise on nothing. Because when the job told you that you couldn't wear that weave, when the job told you couldn't wear them tights, when the job told you had to keep your tattoos covered up, had to take your earrings out, don't bring your cell phone in this building. Guess what you did? You left the phone in the car. You left the phone at home. You went and bought a locker that's on the campus of the job and you put your phone in there. You didn't take it out on the floor with you. All right, so we picking up the Revelation 16, man. Y'all get your books and your highlighters. May the Most High's word take root within our spirit and our soul. May we understand and perceive the messages from the book, not according to what man think, what woman think, what child think, what an evil spirit think, what a misguided fallen angel meant, but what the Father meant when he had his instrument to write it down, man. Revelation 16, we start with 1. It says, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your ways and pour out the vial of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth. And there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. So these folk gonna get hit with a pestilence. And the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as the blood of a dead man. And the blood of a dead man, a dead person's blood becomes coagulated, which is no longer like a crimson red. It kind of started turning purplish and kind of bubbly, almost, what I would say. It turned darker. All right, so keep that in mind. Verse 3, again, it says, and the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as the blood of a dead man, and every living soul died in the sea. And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and fountains of waters, and they became blood. And I heard the angel of the waters say, thou art righteous, O Holy One, which art and wast and shalt be, because thou hast judged thus. For they have shed the blood of saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy. Listen to that, family. And then notice too, he said he poured out the vials over the seas. He didn't say oceans. So we got to understand that too. Mankind came up with the term saying, well, we're going to call it ocean. But the book from the beginning in Genesis, the Most High said the gathering of waters, the gathering together of waters called he seas. Yeah. So cutting off, you can't drink no blood, man. We can't drink bloody water. So that's what's a part of what's coming. That's a part of the prophecy. Verse 7, and I heard another out of the altar say, even so, Most High Power Almighty, true and righteous are thy judgments. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. And men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of Ahia, which have power over these plagues. And they repented not to give him glory. So hot as it is, we've been dealing with a heat wave, bro. It been 90 degrees, 95 degrees. Excuse me. I'm shipping out beard balm, and some of the class is getting the beard balm is melted because how hot it's been. All right, but it's gonna listen, it's gonna get hotter. Yes, there should be a reminder for us all, for mankind all together. Like, man, listen, I don't want no parts of hell. I don't want no parts of the lake of fire and brimstone. You don't want to be swimming in no lava boat. All right, verse 9 again. And men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of Ahia, which have power over these plagues. And they repented not to give him glory. They still didn't change their ways. And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness. And they gnawed their tongues for pain. Don't forget that. They finna eat their own tongues, man. And blasphemed the Most High of heaven because of their pains and their sores, and repented not of their deeds. Despite the Most High sending his chastisement, and here go a part of it. Because the people are not being taught to be able to draw the line and the connection between these atrocities, between these catastrophes, between these cataclysmic situations. They can't even drop say, hold on, man, why is this going on? They not able to draw the line. Many of them to say, man, it's the Most High doing. So a lot of them ain't gonna repent, and that fall on the head of a lot of you false pastors, you wicked pastors, you lying, snake, fork-tongued pastors, supposed to be reverends and bishops, who not telling the people what's really going on. You want the money from the people, you're stealing money from the congregation, telling them you got these folks giving up they last bill money off a lie that you selling them. Tell me also, hey, this your year. It's gonna be worse on these pastors and these leaders, televangelists. I ain't telling the people what's going on at all, leading them to the slaughter. That's a part of why they ain't repenting, because they've been taught to blame it on the devil. They thinking it's the devil. It ain't the devil, bro. Man, the Most High, listen, he ain't nothing to play with. Verse 11, and blasphemed the power of heaven because of their pains and their sores, and repented not of their deeds. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. And I saw three unclean spirits. I'm going to read that part again. And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the ballot of that great day of the Most High Power Almighty. So then we looking at this point to see what folks are saying, hey, well, we want to hear and see the miracles. You better be careful. You better be careful. These magicians with practicing dark arts. You think it's entertainment. You are allowing these spirits in your proximity. Not knowing, man, your soul on the line, bro. Sis, your soul on the line, sir. Three unclean spirits like fraud. Verse 15, though. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue, Armageddon. Yeah, it's going to go down, man. It's going to go down. And when it go down, it's going to be on a level you can't conceive in your mind, family. All right, but he said, blessed is the ones that watch it. So we ain't got our heads so screwed and glued to the TV, locked in with the hip hop awards, BET awards, the Olympics even. Yeah, we see what these devils doing. We're going to be mindful of how they moving, but we not finna be caught where we not paying attention to the signs. Prophecies are markers and clues in a timeline of life itself. And these clues and these markers let us know how close we are to the ending. How close are we to the second coming? Where every man, every woman gonna be judged according to their works. You not gonna be judged according to your congregation. I don't care how anointed your pastor is, your teacher, your elder is. He gonna be judged according to what he did or what he didn't do. You gonna be judged according to what you did or what you didn't do. It's gonna be contingent upon each individual, each person, bro. You can't save your daughter, you can't save your mama, you can't save your cousin. Only person you can really save is you. The only thing we can do for the next person is be an influence for their salvation. So how you moving and how you articulating with your neighbor, family? You being a light or you being a devil and a demon? But all in all, what the point I'm driving from that is that each individual gonna be judged, man, accordingly. Each individual, you're not gonna be judged to say, well, you a part of this congregation, we're gonna judge the whole congregation as one. How much work, how many homeless people did you feed? I'm trying to tell you. This is why the Most High is so cold and it's so real. He ain't just judging your action. He judging your mindset behind your action. Because what is the difference between an atheist, a full-blown hard atheist, not a soft atheist, a hard atheist going out to feed the homeless, and a Christian post-Constantine going out to feed the homeless? What's the difference? Both of them saying, well, I'm doing a good work. I'm helping somebody. Let y'all answer that question within yourself. Verse 17. And the seventh angel poured out his vial into the earth. And there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne saying, it is done. And there were voices and thunders and lightnings. And there was a great earthquake, such as was not since men were upon the earth. So mighty an earthquake and so great. Now, they've been talking about it here lately. I heard about it back in elementary, where they were saying, well, you know, the tectonic plates on the Memphis, if they move, Memphis is supposed to be underwater. They say, matter of fact, if that tectonic plate move, the country gonna be split into 3 parts. That's what the scientists is saying. This is what science is saying. Where they get it from? We reading about it right now, which is a part of the reason they want to keep you pointing. Hey, matter of fact, make science your God, you Scientologists. Become a Scientologist and believe science, which the word only means knowledge. Trust science and put science above the Most High. Science was meant that the humankind would go out, search all of creation, whether it be flowers, plants, the way clouds move, the way clouds are formed, the seas, the water, the things that's in everything that's in the earth. And then you're supposed to come to the conclusion like, wow, how amazing is the creator. So when mankind got to the point where they start saying, man, look, we found this out. Start glorifying themselves. Start putting the knowledge above the one who gave them the mind to even be able to retain the knowledge. Verse 19, and the great city was divided into 3 parts. Read it again. The earthquake shook this location so badly, so vehemently, that's the word I'm going to use, that it broke it up into 3 parts. And the great city was divided into 3 parts. And the cities of the nations fell. And great Babylon came in remembrance before Ahijah, to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. And every island fled away, and the mountains were not found. And there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven, every stone about the weight of a talent. And men blasphemed the Most High because of the plague of the hail, for the plague thereof was exceeding great. So we talking about huge blocks of frozen stones. Chapter 17, Revelation 17. This is where we get if you just not jumped in. Yes, indeed. Revelation 17, if you just not coming in. Verse 1. It says, and there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Who is this great whore that sitteth upon many waters? One idea come to mind. You got the Statue of Liberty. It look like it's sitting on water in New York. Liberty is supposed to be freedom, free will. A lot of people come to this country with the mindset that they're going to live a better life, to live the American dream. All right, and they come here saying that because they free from the things and the stipulations and the rules that they had in a lot of the countries that they come from. That's why you have the so-called, well, the false Jews, the imitators, the imposters, the Jewish. They practicing the Jewish way back in where they from, but they get to America. Listen, they ain't wearing no yarmulkes. They not keeping no Shabbats. They out partying. come over here and lose the heritage that they was born with, a lot of them. Verse 2, it says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yeshua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and 10 horns. The beast that thou sawest was, and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was, and is not, and yet is. So this thing ancient, then it become present, and then it's going to be taken away. Yeah, the blood of the saints, as drunken with the blood of the saints. But what we look at, what I want to point out, verse 8 says, whose names were not written in the book of life. We want our names written in the book of life, fam. We want our names written in the book of life. That's the book that's going to get open on Judgment Day. It's not called Judgment Days. On Judgment Day, and every man going to be judged according to his works. How did you live? How did you live, man? Was you truly a servant of the Most High, not just in speech, but in deed? Not just in deed, but internally in your spirit. What was your motives and your intentions behind your actions? Was you doing it to be a man pleaser? Was you doing it to have people high five you? All this gonna come into account. Verse 9. And here is the man which have wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. And there are 7 kings. 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goeth into perdition. Perdition is destruction. All right, verse 12, it says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. All praises to the Most High. For he is the Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. So the squad is going to be with the Messiah, Hamashiach. Say, man, those guys, they called, chosen, and faithful. Said that the beast gonna try to make war with the Lamb. The Lamb is Christ, man. The Lamb is Hamashiach, the Savior, the Son of the true and living power. That's who the Lamb is. But said the Lamb overcome. Verse 15, and he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. So this whore that sit on many waters is telling us the interpretation. This whore is ruling over all type of people, man. This is what it's telling us. All type of people, multitudes of them. All type of nations, they speak in different languages and everything. She ruling over them. Verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For Ahiah have put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth. So what great city is it that reign over the kings of the earth in today's time? What place is that? I'll let y'all figure it out. I'm telling you, it's America. I'm telling you that Babylon is this place called America. Chapter 18, verse 1 though. It says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. Y'all been seeing these different videos where you got these lights flying across the sky, green lights, orange lights, a group of pink, reddish lights. Man, look, the Most High got signs going on in the heavens. But a lot of people caught up in the rap battle with Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar and Drake. You caught up in it. You ain't even seeing what's going on. The earth is way more vast than what we get shown on the TV screen. What you get shown on your phone screen or your tablet, and your laptop. Way more than what the news show you. Verse 2, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. So if we just run off a list of things that go on in this country, a list of things that continuously go on, and it is penalized at a minimum. That's what I'm gonna say. It's penalized at a minimum. But those things that are detestable, distasteful, wicked, they put it on front screen. They put it on Front Street. They promoting it heavy. They keeping it in rotation. They put it in the face of our children to influence our babies. Influencing them to be demonic. Remember, as children growing up, if we wasn't taught or didn't have nobody to talk to us about it, a lot of people thought that Sabrina the Teenage Witch was cool. A lot of people thinking Raven the Psychic is cool. A lot of people thinking that you watching Charmed, you thinking it's cool. This is a nice show. I like this show. Not knowing, man, and all throughout the show, they throwing up the Baphomet. They throwing up the devil horns. They sexualizing the children in Nickelodeon. Children selling they sold the parents that sold the children out to be famous. Put the children, sent the child through the fire to Moloch, sacrificing their children so that they would be famous and rich. Then you got other people, listen, when they start rolling out the information about the Illuminati, somebody you got to sell your soul and blood. Man, don't you know it was people looking, seeking, and still doing it now? They trying to find, how do I sell my soul to get into the rap game? Remember Juice WRLD? Remember the video he on the beach with G Herbo? He said, oh man, Juice WRLD, he finna go sell his soul to show. Then they show the beach, and they got like a circle or a circle of some candles out there. And after that, Juice WRLD was dead. Playing with the devil. Playing with the devil. Playing with your soul. All right, it says the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. These folks put swine, pork, and all type of stuff. Man, that's a transgression against our soul. That's a transgression against the Most High. telling you can eat whatever you want. Do what you want to do. And then if you stand up for righteousness, you get penalized, man. They're going to make it hard for you if you stand up for righteousness. Verse 3 says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. This is how America is able to place them, what they call them, the sanctions on all these different countries. They got embassies in all these different countries to be able to bully these other nations. Hey, we got nukes. You play with us, we go, hey, don't make us get you gone. This how. And these whores laying down with them. Remember, Barack Obama was talking about going to Kenya, I believe it was, to try to get them to accept the homosexual lifestyle. And the president of Kenya, like, man, you got us, boom. No, we ain't doing that over here. So he started trying to threaten them with other things to make them give in. This is what they doing. We gonna put sanctions on your country, meaning, listen, we ain't gonna sell you this product that you get from us. There's a vital material in your society that keeps your society, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm just gonna say functioning. Keep your society functioning, your population, where your people cool. If you don't allow us to bring in this homosexual lifestyle in your country, then we're gonna remove that from. We're gonna penalize you by removing it from you. That's how they moving. That's how they moving, man. It's a wicked thing. Revelation chapter 18, verse 4, if you just not coming in. It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and a higher have remembered her iniquities. So she ain't getting away. Say, cursed is that place, that the town and the city that's built off blood. These folks still ain't repented for what they done. I was watching a video earlier, family, about Project 2025. And you got one of the authors, one of the guys who constructing this endeavor, Project 2025. He's saying, well, listen, we want to get rid of the Civil Rights Act. We want to get rid of that to where now it'll really, what that'll do, it'll bring us back into the time of Jim Crow. It'll bring us back into that type of time. Go do the research, man. Verse 6 says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she have filled, fill to her double. So what she's done, the wickedness that she's perpetrated onto, I don't even want to use the word perpetrated, imposed. The wickedness that she's done, somebody don't have no mercy. They don't have mercy on us when they, listen, I can't even speak on the situation, but the judicial system that we under right now, listen, is not for us. It's not for justice. You got Kamala Harris, information coming out on her left and right. Says she was the Attorney General of California, and she used to take and have pride and joy in locking our people up. And so now what I'm saying is, these people will hide evidence like she did. Got a man that's on death row, and there's evidence to prove that he's not guilty of this crime. Said this woman withheld the evidence. She trying to get this man executed, and he's not even guilty of the crime. Another part of people had to come in and force these women to turn this evidence over. Now, if that didn't happen, there would have been, how many other souls, this is what I'm getting to, fam, how many other souls of people have been unjustly condemned to death, unjustly condemned to be imprisoned? And that's just in California with Kamala Harris. That's just with her. We ain't talking about what's going on in Tennessee, Mississippi, Detroit, Pennsylvania. We ain't talking about Texas. So man, when the Most High ripped the bottom out of it and he sent out the hitters out, the hunters, said, man, don't spare what she did, give her double destruction. Verse 7, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. So as much as this wicked whore that went on about just enjoying it, remorseful. Kamala Harris is a perfect depiction of it right now. Not an ounce of remorse in her soul about what she done did. Not an ounce of remorse about the guilt and the wickedness that she's committed. Neither does the country have it. Said for so how much she lived deliciously, a torment and sorrow, give that to her in exchange. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Most High power who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment. And this is something that even before I came into, or before the Most High brought me into the understanding that we the chosen people. This is me as a teen. I'm reading Revelation, and I read that part where it said they standing afar off, watching this city burn and go through, this tribulation. But all the time prior to that, I had been hearing, well, Revelation talk about the end of the world. So my question is, if you a Christian tuning into this and you don't have the understanding, the question is this: if it's talking about the whole world, then how is these others who committed fornication with the whore, with Babylon, how are they standing afar off witnessing the tribulation? They supposed to be going through it too if it was about the whole world. I'm saying that to say it's talking about a specific place, man. It's talking about a specific place. All right, Revelation 18:10 again. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Check this part out, family. I actually got a message in the chamber pertaining to this. And what triggered it was, now this is probably almost a year ago now. I see a video of Juicy J. Juicy J make a post and he say, the sales for rap is down. Say it's real low. Say the people listen, music ain't affecting the people. And if you don't know who Juicy J is, he a member of 3-6 Mafia, 666 Mafia, 666 Mafia, demonic, wicked, evil Mafia. All right. So he pretty much complaining about it, which sent me into a fury, a righteous fury, indignation about it. Yeah, you're right. Of course, the sales of rap music gonna be down if it ain't no messages in it. All you talking about and promoting is wickedness. My girl got a girlfriend, they dyking, which is a sin. Talking about smoking weed and doing all other type of drugs, defiling your temple, which is a sin. You talking about you rich and got all this money in foreign cars and you're driving a Maybach. Everybody can relate to that. Music started off as a point to minister to the souls of the people, to be a voice of the condition that the people in. And right now, the people ain't in no good condition like that. It's a lot of struggling going on. It's a lot of turmoil. A lot of households are being torn apart right now. A lot of households are falling apart right now. And the way that they falling apart, money can't fix it. Drugs can't fix it. Alcohol can't fix it. Sex can't fix it. Real issues and problems. And the people who's supposed to be the voices through the music, the artists, the mouthpiece of the nation, they ain't even talking about these things. So of course the sales down. Revelation 18 and 12. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thyine and wood and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble, all these minerals and material, and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and watch this, and souls of men. And souls of men. So they can't buy them no more. Now we talking about the sex trafficking. All that's getting cut off too. Selling your soul for that record deal or to be famous and be an actor. Or you ain't even got to be an actor. You can be the person that's behind the scenes, that's the top artist for this cartoon that promote demonic stuff. Dragon Ball Z. A lot of people love Dragon Ball Z, but I can remember watching it. Hercule, they changed the name to Mr. Satan. Mr. Satan. That's what his name was. Dragon Ball Z. Folks selling their souls, man, all type of ways. It's not just about being an actor or a rapper or an athlete. They selling their souls to be people who what's the name of the I think it's TLC, where they go house to house and fix the house. They selling their souls for those positions too. They selling their souls to be the top recognized and famous cook. They doing it, man. Verse 14, it says, and the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee. And all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of these things, which were made rich by her, shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen, and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold, and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught or nothing. It's going to come to nothing quickly, speedily. So we supposed to be on guard and watching. It says, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city where it was made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. They crying, bro. These folk really crying because they can't commit the fornication with this whore no more. But I say all praises to the Most High. Because the way the world going and how wicked the system is, how wicked people are, it got to come to an end. So when the Most High pronounced it, said, man, I'm going to give man 120 years, man. He cut our days down to where we don't live now 100 years no more. 700 years, 400, 500 years no more, 200. He said, no, I'm going to cut it. So imagine if this person, they got power and rulership and they wicked, they bent on. I'm going to take as many children as I can. I'm going to kidnap them from their families. And I'm going to raise them up to be prostitutes. I'm going to shoot them up with crack cocaine and heroin. I'm going to have them strung out. I'm going to have them abusing their bodies. I'm going to have them fighting. I'm going to have them committing bestiality. And this is what he really feels. Matter of fact, I'm going to create a disease. And I'm going to put it out. I'm going to send them out to different parts of the world to spread the disease. Imagine if that person lived 900 years with that type of demonic mindset. Now, the Most High put a cap on. I'm going to stop these folks, man. I'm going to stop them from being able to live so long, to be able to be evil for so long. That's what it's about. So praise the Most High that he is going to do it, and he is doing it. Notice that the word, it says Babylon is falling, not falling. ing mean that it's in process. En mean it's already done. It's already done, man. Verse 18, and he cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. Rejoice over her. That's a commandment to you, saints. That's a commandment for the righteous. That's something for us to rejoice over. We should be happy about that. So if you find yourself feeling sorry for a wicked country or a wicked kingdom, well, you need to check your spirit. It says, thou heaven and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. And the voice of harpers and musicians, Juicy J, and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee. And no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. So even with those wicked marriages, same-sex marriages, man and man, woman and woman, the foolishness of talking about this woman married a tree, ain't none of that gonna be going on no more. So it shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth. For by thy sorceries, I'm gonna read it again. For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived, because it's a lot of witchcraft that go on here. It's a whole lot of witchcraft, a boatload of it, not just in New Orleans. People love to point out New Orleans. Man, listen, it's a lot of witchcraft that goes on in Las Vegas. Goes on in Nebraska. All over in Mississippi. New York too. Matter of fact, it go on your TV all the time. It go on in the NBA, in the NFL. They doing rituals. It's going on right now with the debates with the politicians. Witchcraft and sorcery. Verse 24, and in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth. Revelation 19, verse 1. It says, and after these things I heard a great voice of much people in heaven saying, hallelujah, salvation and glory and honor and power unto the Most High, our power. For true and righteous are his judgments. For he hath judged the great whore, which did corrupt the earth with her fornication, and have avenged the blood of his servants at her hand. All praise to the Most High, the water Abba, which is to say, thank you, Father. And again they said, hallelujah. And her smoke rose up forever and ever. And the 24 elders and the 4 beasts fell down and worshiped the Most High that sat on the throne, saying, amen, hallelujah. And a voice came out of the throne saying, praise our power, all ye his servants, and ye that fear him, both small and great. And I heard as it were the voice of a great multitude, and as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of mighty thundering, saying, hallelujah. For the Most High power omnipotent reigneth. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him. For the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife have made herself ready. All praises to the Most High. Hey, that's beautiful. That's we talking about. This is a real movie. It says, and to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white. For the fine linen is the righteousness of saints. And he saith unto me, right, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. And he saith unto me, these are the true sayings of Ahiah. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. Hey, don't do that, bro. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yeshua. Worship Ahiah, for the testimony of Yeshua is the spirit of prophecy. All right, and so this is why so many people attack Christ. This is why they attack Hamashiach. They don't believe in him. They try to go against him. But you can't knock prophecy. You can't say that prophecy ain't been fulfilled and ain't being fulfilled. See, he is the spirit of prophecy. Verse 11. And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. Check this out. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war. Listen, this is the book your pastor afraid to read from. He ain't telling people, in many cases, she, which is ungodly, unrighteous. I know woman supposed to be leading no church. You ain't supposed to have no woman pastor. Talking about mother so-and-so, she over the church, she running everything. They ain't telling you, man, Christ coming, he coming with war. He ain't coming holding hands, smiling and kissing and playing games. Say in righteousness he do judge and make war. Verse 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew. Read that again. He had a name written that no man knew, but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of the Most High. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he shall smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. He ain't playing games. Listen, if you ruling with a rod of iron, like some people like, man, you ruling with an iron fist. Now he ain't putting hands on. He got a rod, an iron rod, clucking you across your head, splitting your wig wide open. Don't play with him. Say all the ones who don't want me to rule over, bring them before me and slay them. It says, and he tread of the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty Ahiah. And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great power. I like this part. Watch this. It says that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. Because listen, this is the multitude of people who tried to challenge him. This the ones who went against him. This the ones who were against the Most High. If you are anti-Christ or anti Most High, you against the Most High, I'm against you. I'm letting you know that now. You ain't even got a second guess it. And just like that, all the ones who against the Most High, they got together with one mind, same way they did at the Tower of Babel. They got together with one and got slaughtered. All praise to the Most High. That's what's going to happen. Verse 19, and I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone. And the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon a horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh. He ain't playing, man. He ain't no joke. He ain't no game. Revelation 20, verse 1. We're going to close the whole book out. Revelation 20, verse 1 says, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. Now, on a side note, one day I'm watching Stranger Things. And on the episode, family, they talking about They trying to open this doorway, but it don't look like a door. It's actually another. It's like a portal. But they making references to CERN. So they're using the CERN Large Hadron Collider, which right now they trying to rip the veil of reality so that they will be able to peer into a view and see the spirit realm. Whether you believe it or not, these scientists believe it, man. The same scientists that telling you the Most High ain't real, they believe it somewhere. They trying to get it, rip the veil of reality to see that the spirit realm is real. And they've been successful at times. But anyhow, it just stood out to me that they were saying in there that was the key to the bottomless pit. The CERN was. Verse 2, it says that he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yeshua. So the ones we talking about, the rapture. The son of the living power came down here and had to get spit on. They snatching screams of her out his beard, mocking him, and then crucified. They hung him. He had to go through that. The disciples say, well, listen, Master, can you give us a seat in your throne that we can sit on your left and right? He said, it ain't for me. It ain't for me to give that to y'all. My Father, he the only one can give that. Can you drink of the cup that I drink of, though? Saying, man, you willing to go through what I'm finna go through? Be crucified, ridiculed, and mocked. Die a horrible death. So I'm saying all that to say for my post-Constantine Christians who need to be edified, who believing that you're gonna be just spared, you ain't gonna see none of the turmoils and tribulation. You just gonna be caught up in the air. No, the book say those who standing for Christ, we're gonna be beheaded. You're gonna get your head cut off. Ain't no skipping it, man. Tradition got so many people convoluted in their understanding. Tradition do. All right, it says, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yeshua, and for the word of Ahiah, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Christ 1,000 years. All praise to the Most High. So these is the hard hitters. These the hard hitters in my book. These the ones who true and faithful to the end. Said they didn't receive the mark of the beast. They didn't worship the beast. They didn't align or assimilate with what the enemy had going. Verse 5 says, but the rest of the dead lived not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection. Blessed and holy is he that have part in the first resurrection. On such the second death have no power, but they shall be priests of Ahiah and of Christ, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. So the ones that choose to be beheaded, that choose to get taken to the guillotine, say you skip having to go through all the other stuff. So you're gonna live again and reign 1,000 years with the Messiah. And when 1,000 years are expired, Shaitan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And they went up on the breadth of the earth, and compassed the camp of the saints about, and the beloved city, and fire came down from the Most High out of heaven and devoured them. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. All praise to the Most High for that, man. And I saw a great white throne. Here we go. And him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away. And there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before the Most High. And the books were opened. And another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. So they telling you you only live once. Yeah, that's a lie. When you die, your life begins. Even so much so, we're talking about what the book telling us, the second death. And whosoever was not found written in a book of life was cast into the lake of fire. Revelation 21, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven. I'm going to read that again. And I saw a new heaven. Imagine that, family. We've been living day to day, week to week, year to year. Go outside that sky right there. Look up. But we read here, say there's going to be a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away. And there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem. This is the one I want. Y'all want this world, you want this planet, you want the earth, you can have it. This is what I want. I want New Jerusalem. Coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. And the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. All praises to the Most High. And he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. And he said unto me, it is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his power, and he shall be my son. Verse 8. But the fearful, so the one that's afraid to represent the Most High, you afraid to talk about the goodness of the Most High? So you fearful, you can't even make a post or share a post. You afraid that your cousin gonna look at you different because you say that, man, listen, I'm serving the Most High, man, I'm done thugging. I'm done selling dope. I'm done rapping about something that's poison and toxic to my people. You afraid of it. You lame. But it said, but the fearful and unbelieving and abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters. So you witches, you warlocks, and all liars. You telling them white lies. You telling them bold-faced lies. You polluting judgment. You a judge and you sit up here convicting these folks and sending them to prison for the rest of their life. And you ain't even got the facts. As a matter of fact, you do got the facts, but you choose to ignore the facts and condemn these folks. You liar. Shall have their part in a lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. So after you die, you got judgment to look forward to. When you give up the ghost, when you ain't no more in the land of the living. After they bury you or either cremate you, however you want to be taken, that's not the end. You got to look for judgment, man and woman. It says, and there came unto me one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, full of the seven last plagues, and talked with me, saying, come hither, I will show thee the bride, the Lamb's wife. And he carried me away in a spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from the Most High, having the glory of the Most High. And her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal. Check this out. This is one of my favorite parts. Verse 12. It says, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. It got the names of my forefathers and foremothers on it. Well, really the chiefs of the tribes. You got Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Manasseh, Gad. Yeah, go look at that. Go read it. Say the gates of the New Jerusalem or heaven is names on each one of those gates, and the names belong to those who are the patriarchs of the 12 tribes, Jacob's sons. Yeah. So we that special that when the Most High fashioned New Jerusalem, when he fashioned the holy city, he said, man, I love my people so much, my chosen people. And he ain't talking about these Jewish people, these Khazars who navigated during the time from the Byzantine Empire, or not the Byzantine, the Khazarian Empire. These imitators and imposters. He ain't talking about them. He talking about my people. The ones who was told that, man, y'all ain't nothing. The ones who the world hates so much. We at the bottom and y'all still trying to figure out a way to get rid of us. We already at the tail of everything. Hate us so much they said, well, in our science, and you can go check this, find it. If things are stripped and sweep the internet of it, you got the scientists, Caucasian scientists saying, well, listen, by 2050, Biden even talked about it. By 2050, it's going to be an extinction of Caucasians. That's what they saying. I ain't saying this. This is what they saying about themselves. And so, automatically, if y'all be extinct, because if we stop and take a side note, when you think about racism, even though Japanese and Chinese, they got a beef with each other. Japanese and Chinese, they don't like each other because they're not the same people. North Korea and South Korea, they don't like each other. But when you think of racism, you think of so-called black people and white people. So I'm saying that to say, they know that, okay, once they remove, next up is us. They say, well, we hate you so much, we don't want y'all to steer the ship. Those who got their spirit on them. We hate you so much, we'd rather have somebody else rule before we leave the kingdom to you. So then they open the gates, they open the borders of the country and flood in all these immigrants. That's what that's about. That's what that's about, brothers and sisters. They said, instead of letting y'all rule and have it, we're going to give it to any and everybody else before we give it to y'all. But it's okay, though. The Most High said, but the kingdom is ours. And our kingdom is one that's everlasting, a world without end. Revelation 21:12, it says, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. And on the east, 3 gates, and on the north, 3 gates, on the south, 3 gates, and on the west, 3 gates. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. And he that talked with me had a golden reed to measure the city, and the gates thereof, and the wall thereof. And the city lieth foursquare, and the length is as large as the breadth. And he measured the city with the reed 12,000 furlongs. The length and the breadth and the height of it are equal. And he measured the wall thereof, 144 cubits, according to the measure of a man, that is, of the angel. And the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass. And the foundations of the wall, hold on, let me read that again. Hold up. And the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold. The city is pure gold, family, like unto clear glass. And the foundations of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. The first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire, the third a chalcedony, the fourth an emerald. Hey, do yourself a favor. All these different precious stones that they're talking about or that's being mentioned in the scripture, go and research and see what it look like. Verse 20 says, the fifth sardonyx, the sixth sargis, the seventh chrysolite, the eighth beryl, the ninth a topaz, the 10th a chrysoprasus, okay, the 11th a jasmine, the 12th an amethyst, and the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Now there's one that I ponder on, family. My brother, my older brother, I remember he said he had a dream, and in a dream he saw the gates of heaven, and it was pearly gates, right? But I always envisioned that to be like, you know, a gate. They got the bars or whatnot, but instead of it being wrought iron or something, or wood or anything, I'm thinking it's made of pearl. But my brother was like, what he saw, you know, and I'm not saying that he saw the actual thing, but this is just what he told me. He said it's two giant pearls, and they close and open. This the gate. It's just two big pearls. And so it closed and it opened just like this. So there's one gate, then the other one, pearly gates for the next entry. But I don't know. I just thought I'd share it with y'all, family. Verse 21. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. So it's saying the gates is pearls. Every several gate was of one pearl. Okay. And the street of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass. Man, what type of, what are we reading? What are we reading here, family? Said the street of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass. Man, we ain't seen no, man, we're talking about 144 carats for real. And I saw no temple therein, for the Most High Power Almighty and the Lamb are the temple of it. So, you know, we have temples to go worship and try to bond and get our time in with the Most High. At this point in time, ain't gonna be no need for it. Which you know, even with that, like the book teller said, the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands. So if we running into the churches on Sunday feeling like that's where your salvation is, you got it wrong. Me and you can have church right here, or matter of fact, we can congregate. Let me not say church. We can assemble, we can worship right here in the backyard. Praise the Most High and get an answer from him right then and there. We don't have to go to a building that got a pagan cross in front of it. They got a pagan image in front of it. Verse 23. And the city had no need of the sun, neither of the moon to shine in it, for the glory of a higher did lighten it. And the Lamb is the light thereof. Man, this is something that this is what we striving for, fam. So the things that come before the trial, the tribulation, the troubles, the pain, the hurt, the betrayal, the letdowns, spirit of depression trying to get you, oppression, sicknesses, everything that we deal with, man. We striving to make it there to what we reading about. Verse 24. It says, and the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it. And the kings of the earth do bring their glory and honor into it. And the gates of it shall not be shut at all by day. For there shall be no, hold up, for there shall be no night there. Man, it's shining all the time. And they shall bring the glory and honor of the nations into it. And there shall in no wise enter into it anything that defileth, neither whatsoever work of abomination, or maketh a lie, but they which are written in the Lamb's book of life. That's the prayer. I be praying my prayer, our names be written in the Lamb's book of life on the day of judgment, man. Despite all the other petitions that I approach the throne of the Most High with, I always try to enter with Father above everything. If I got to deal with this, me and my family, we got to deal with this and that. We, your people, let our names be written in the Lamb's book of life. All right, this is the last chapter, family, Revelation 22. And we'll be able to say that we completed reading the entire book of Revelation. Revelation 22, verse 1, it says, and he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of the Most High and of the Lamb, in the midst of the street of it. And on either side of the river was there the tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits, and yielded her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. I'm going to stop right here for a second, briefly. So you got a lot of people who rest their soul, reverence, revere, and honor Dr. Sebi or Dr. Sebi. But don't you know that this is a part of what triggered Dr. Sebi from doing all that he did? I myself heard him quote this. He said that, well, the Bible tells us that the leaves of the trees were for the healing of the nations. So this man who healed a lot of these diseases that were created for one. Like I said, that a lot of people give salutations to, even his family. Have mercy on his son. They said they did his son so dirty. Did him so dirty. The system got him in prison. But Dr. Sebi referenced the Bible for the mission that he had been on, where people walking away saying, oh man, you know, the autoimmune deficiency syndrome, I'm healed from it because this old brother, he taught me what to eat. But he reverencing the Bible. So the book real. That's my point of saying it. Verse 3. And there shall be no more curse, but the throne of the Most High and of the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants shall serve him. And they shall see his face, and his name shall be in their foreheads. And there shall be no night there, and they need no candle, neither light of the sun, for the Most High power giveth them light, and they shall reign forever and ever. And he said unto me, these sayings are faithful and true. And the Most High power of the holy prophets sent his angels to show unto his servants the things which must shortly be done. Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book. That's what we started in. So despite what's going on, family, look, let's keep jumping into Revelation. We didn't read the whole book once we get to verse 21 tonight, over a course of different broadcasts, rather. But don't let this be the only time that we be in the book of Revelation. Indeed, I appreciate that too, Zara. They gave him 100 years. Oh, okay, he said they gave out 100-year sentence to anybody giving health suit. Right. They did him some dirty like that too to my Dr. Sebi's son, which one of his relatives had a place down here in Memphis. But in verse 7, it says, behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book. And I, John, saw these things and heard them. And when I had heard and seen, I fell down to worship before the feet of the angel, which showed me these things. Then saith he unto me, see thou do it not. Keep that in mind. Man, we don't worship angels, man. We worship the one that sit on the throne. It says, for I am thy fellow servant I gotta stop again. So, like within Catholicism, Roman Catholics, they be calling on angels. They this is what they be doing, family. I call on Saint. They be even talking about worshiping the Saint John. They calling on these different angels, like what I'm saying, and worshiping, man. The glory, the honor, the esteem, the praise, the worship, all that belong to the Most High, man. Verse 9 says, Then said he unto me, this is what the angel tell John when he fell down to worship him. See thou do it not, for I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren the prophets, and of them which keep the sayings of this book. Worship the Most High. Got them straight. He says, and he saith unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. So when that day comes, with all judgment, all mankind and humanity gonna be judged, or the clock stop, even like they got it over there, if I'm not mistaken, in Russia, they got what's called the doomsday clock. When that time comes, whatever you doing and whatever you are, whether you gonna be wicked, you gonna turn up till you burn up in hell, like I heard them say, you want demon time, make sure that that's the choice that you willing to live eternity, the rest of eternity with. If you're gonna be holy and righteous, man, be holy and righteous in that day. Be just. All right, but if you're gonna be wicked, be wicked. Verse 12 says, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. I'm going to read it again. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. For without are dogs. Y'all talking about y'all outside? They hollering about they outside? Okay. Outside of the city is dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. I Yeshua have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David, and the bright and morning star. And the spirit and the bride say, come. And let him that heareth say, come. And let him that is athirst come. And whosoever will, let him take the water of life freely. So if you want that salvation, man, it ain't no bounds on it. It ain't nothing that no man or woman could do to keep you from it if you really want it. But you gotta really want it. Don't allow the peer pressure, what people think of you, if you know you're doing it right. You know it's an honest, what you're doing is on a path of honesty and uprightness, according to the Most High, not an idol. You're going to get ridiculed. You're going to get pushed back. People going to talk. Listen, you can be the best person in the world. They're going to find something wrong. If it's something wrong, they're going to find something right with it. And if it's right, they're going to find something wrong with it. Verse 18, for I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And you best believe they've been adding to it. Best believe that and took away from it. That's why we can read it. And just like that, though, you're going to see what the punishment is for that. Verse 19. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book. He which testified these things saith, Surely I come quickly. Amen. Even so, come, Master Yeshua. The grace of our Master Yeshua HaMashiach be with you all. Amen. All right, family. So we didn't completed the task, the mission that we set out forth to do, which was to read the book of Revelation in its entirety. If you did catch the previous chapters, go back through the channel, go find them. They not titled, not all of them. I think it's gonna say something like I'm live. This is probably what it's gonna say. But other than that, I pray that it was much edification, man. Let those things take root in our spirit and our very souls, man, to keep that on our mind, not just for tonight, which I purposely did come on at this hour tonight because I know it's people who be up at a later time. Everybody ain't gonna catch the word through the day. You know what I mean? So, and if you haven't, smash the like button. Smash the like button. Share this video. Subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate you if you do that. Thank you so much. What that does, it puts this channel in the algorithm. Well, you know, a lot of people, you have stuff just pop up on your channel, on your timeline, on your feed. And a lot of it is wicked. But you know why it's popping up? Because of so many people been hitting the like button and sharing it. So what the righteous gonna do? Or what the people that's striving to be righteous gonna do? You know what I mean? So we need to put more of the godly information, the upright information out. And it ain't gotta just be me, man. Whoever really doing the work of the Most High. All right, so with that, I say peace and blessings to y'all. I pray the duration of the rest of the week be blessed. I pray the favor of the Most High escort, go ahead of and follow after each one of y'all. May the blessings of the Most High be poured out upon y'all households in health, in heavenly wisdom, knowledge and understanding, patience, mercy, healing, honesty, humility, honor, and all things that's upright. May all our foes be scattered after if we didn't know who that was, after they be revealed, may they be scattered into the wind like the chaff, cast down, and far removed from us. And at the end of all things, that our names be written bold in the Lamb's Book of Life, man. All right, peace and blessings to y'all, family. I love y'all. Shalom.